we day, entertainment we day, arts and culture we day, sports and news we day, everybody, everybody, it's a place to be.
So guys, like, subscribe, and share, right? Thank you.
Anything you need, so we get them all. Ebabo, ebonati, ebabo, ebonati, oh, ebonati, don't start to die. 103 this side, FM, ebonati. FM briefly, this is 103.5 FM Ebonabi. Don't touch the dial. 103.5 FM Ebonabi. Don't touch the dial.
Ebonabi FM 103.5 Ogidi. Igwe na-ekwu okwu na-agbasa ụzọ gabaga anya. Enye anyị, ihe anyị na-achọ ka anyị nụma na ntị anyị maka na gị na-agị ntị gbogbo. Ị na-eme mmadụ obi ụtọ. Ụka oyibo na-akpọ entertainment. Omenala ka ị na-akpali elu. Nke oyibo na-akpọ culture. Ihe eji eme ọfụma. Omenala n'ime obi ụtọ bụ eji mara gị. Ebonabi FM 103.5 Ogidi. Asị m na ọdịrọ ịkwa. Aka na-azụla onwe onye. Redio eji mmanụ. Itu na redio gegide 103.5 Ogidi. Ebonabi FM ka inume ị chọrọ. Obodo ga-adịkwa oyi. Na ike gịda anyị pawa.
N'afọ nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ. Angels.
Mama Kosebru Agwaptal Maria, Owetri Mesenike nke Monso, Ekene Maria Egyptel na Brastel, Sebru Anonyeli, Eden God's next tip Moronine, Ojas in God's one forgive Jesu. Maria Jason, Nenke Chuku, Reverend Ninja, Peter Namanoa, Amen. Naju Odibowani Kosebru, Ekene Maria Egyptel na Brastel, Osebru Anonyeli, Eden Others in God's one forgive Jesu. Maria Jason, thank you to go. Reverend Ninja, Peter Namanoa, Amen. Okwe Melaro, Ekene Maria Egyptel na Brastel, Osebru Anonyeli, Eden God's next Tiboronine, others in God's one forgive Jesu. Maria Jason, thank you to go. Reverend Ninja, Peter Namanoa, Amen. Jabalanya, your only case to put your soul. Ayo. I stand a priest to be Amen. Otito the Rena, Nawana Monso. Otito the Rena, Nawana Monso. Otito the Rena, Nawana Monso. Pablo Bindini Querano Galaga. Pablo before leaking and Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụlọ ka Chineke dị ike niile gọzie ụlọ nna na nwa. Ekene Angelus a na-abịara unu site na nkwado online 2476.
Listen to news updates on Ebonari 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonari FM breaks the news with actualities.
I'm hoping for a new Nigeria.
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good evening and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news update. Today, Thursday, the 16th day of March 2023, and the time is 3 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ipan Shuku Ekeze is my name. The headlines. Anambra women protest death of septuagenarian organ harvest victim. INEC receives sensitive materials in Enugu, Rek Chukwu. Imo PDP. National Secretary disagree over embezzlement of campaign funds. Our plans for Delta. Governorship candidates. Lagos community begs Ikeja Disco over outage. TikTok dismisses call for Chinese owners to diverse in US. Now, details. Anambra women protest death of septuagenarian organ harvest victim. Thousands of women yesterday staged a protest in Umunze community, Urumba South local government area of Anambra State over the death of a septuagenarian, simply known as Miss Charity, whose body parts were suspected to have been harvested for rituals. Charity, as she is simply known, was last week attacked in her residence in Umunze. For other private parts, lips and fingers were cut off by her hackers, presumably for money ritual. She was rushed to Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital in Oka, where she was receiving treatment, but later died as a result of injuries sustained. The President General of the community, Mr. Hippolyte Olua, who addressed the women at the council secretariat, promised to ensure that the deceased gets justice even in death. Olua said, "We are calling on all of you to maintain peace and go about your protest peacefully. Our mother, who was killed, was a good woman, and she did not deserve to be murdered in such a gruesome manner." The suspect had been arrested and handed over to the police, and he confessed that a native doctor told him to bring the items for money ritual. He has refused to produce the body parts he took from our sister, and he will be charged to court soon and jailed. We promise you, please monitor the matter until justice is served. In the meantime, the traditional ruler of the community, Igwe Promise Eze, who spoke to journalists, confirmed the criminal activities of most of their tenants in the community, saying the register has been opened for all non-indigenous living in Umunze to register their names. Sensitive materials in Enugu, Rek Chukwu. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC says it has concluded arrangements for a hitch-free governorship and state assembly polls, as well as rescheduled the Enugu East Senatorial Zone poll on March 18th in Enugu State. The INEC Resident Electoral Commission, REC, for Enugu State, Dr. Chukwuemeka Chukwu, announced the readiness of the commission in a press conference held in Enugu on Wednesday. Chukwu said that the conference was to inform the electorate in Enugu State on the commission's preparedness to conduct a peaceful, hitch-free, credible, and fair polls come March 18th. He noted that INEC in Enugu State had received sensitive materials from its national headquarters in the beginning of the week, adding that the sensitive materials are all stored and kept safe at the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Enugu branch. According to him, INEC officials on Monday and heads of security agencies on Tuesday had gone to inspect the sensitive materials and all have testified that the sensitive materials are still intact. INEC Enugu will start moving the sensitive materials to its local government areas offices on Thursday, March 16th, from the CBN in presence of security personnel and political party representatives and the media. On Friday, March 17th, the same sensitive materials will be moved from the local government area offices to the various registration area centers RAC in the presence of security personnel, political party agents, and the media. Chukwu noted that the commission had completed the reconfiguring of 4,145 bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS machines meant for the March 18 polls a day ago. The REC said that INEC would be conducting election in 4,145 polling units in 260 registration areas of political wards and 17 local government areas of the state. So the election will be for the governorship, 24 state constituency offices, as well as the rescheduled Enugu East Senatorial Zone due to the death of one of the candidates to the earlier election on February 2, he said. Imo PDP National Secretary disagree over embezzlement of campaign funds. The Imo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the National Secretary of the PDP, Senator Samuel Anyang, on Wednesday disagreed over the allegations that the election campaign funds approved by PDP for Imo State were embezzled. There have been accusation and counter-accusations between the duo of the PDP state leadership and Senator Anyang in Owerri for the past 2 days. For the National Secretary of the PDP, Senator Anyang, through the Special Advisor on Media, Ikenna Urioha, the National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Samuel Senator Samuel Nnemeka Anyanwu expressed displeasure over the number of saboteurs surrounding the party in Imo State, adding that all their efforts are to see that PDP does not exist in the state. Anyanwu says that the primary objectives of these saboteurs during the just concluded presidential and national assembly elections were to starve the party and its members of funds earlier approved and released as election intervention funds. He regrets that all entreaties, appeals, and convictions to release the funds approved to the appropriate authorities in line with the national template to enable them to deliver candidates of our party was flagrantly ignored, noting that the reason why the saboteurs carried out the broad daylight onslaught against the party was to frustrate PDP by ensuring that its candidates lose the election. After hijacking the election intervention funds released to the party in Imo State, some of the saboteurs turned back against candidates of PDP and played anti-party to justify the deal they had with leaders of the All Progressive Congress APC, the statement said. Responding, the Imo State chapter of the PDP through the state publicity secretary, Collins Opuozo, said the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Imo State is aware of a statement by the Senator Samuel Anyanwu, the national secretary of the party, which has now been published in some sections of the media, alleging that the money for the party's presidential and national assembly elections in Imo State was misappropriated. The statement goes on to accuse Imo PDP leaders of sabotage during the elections. Inasmuch as we respect the persons of Senator Anyanwu and the office he occupies, it is necessary to always set the record aright. Also, PDP is in opposition in Imo State, and so it relies chiefly on popular confidence and acceptability to reclaim its stolen mandate. Therefore, the attempt by Senator Anyanwu to cast a slur on the reputation of the party and the integrity of our leaders is most unacceptable, PDP said. Our plans for Delta governorship candidates, urging Deltas to vote for him, the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Mr. Sheriff Oborowore, who escaped assassination last Sunday, said, "We cannot take peace and security of Delta State for granted. We must sustain the peace we enjoy in Delta State for our continuous growth and development. When you vote for me, Sheriff Oborowore, into office as governor, I promise to interface with all relevant stakeholders to foster sustainable peace to enable Deltans to pursue happiness as guaranteed by law." On Tuesday, the chairman of the Oshimiri North local government area, Mr. Innocent Ezewezi, also held youth groups in Ibuza, asking them to vote for Oborowore, saying his more agenda promises more infrastructure and enhanced peace, among others. The All Progressive Congress APC governorship candidate, Senator Ovie Omoagege, who stormed markets in Delta North Monday and Tuesday, pledged, "We will harness our strengths and values as we develop Delta's role in a global era. And we will use our alliance and network to promote security, economic prosperity, development, and to safeguard the environment. We need more successful entrepreneurs. However, these life chances should be for all people. We want a society in which we see ambition and compassion as partners, not opposite, where we value public service and material wealth," he said. In asking Deltans to trust him and vote for him to change the narrative of the state, the Social Democratic Party SDP candidate, Olorogun Kenneth Baggy, said Deltans should uncage their future by voting for him on Saturday because he is competent. Play no games this time. Come Saturday, March 18th, and let us vote right for the candidate that gave a record of performance and capability to work. We cannot continue the same culture of suffering. Let us all move Delta to the next level of development and progress. The Young Progressive Party YPP candidate Sonny Ofehe, who calls himself the incoming servant leader of Delta State, said the youths are the future of our great state and they need a place on the table of good governance. I am committed to the principles that give hope and faith to our Commonwealth. Vote Comrade Sonny Ofehe as the next governor of Delta State, and together we shall make Delta State great again. I'm also calling on the obedient family and the youths across the state to come out in their numbers on Saturday and vote YPP, he said. Lagos community begs Ikeja Disco over outage. Members of the Prestige Community Development Association in Heritage Estate, Isuti Road, Egan, Igando, in Alimosho local government area of Lagos, have appealed to the Ikeja Electricity PLC to fulfill its promise to provide a relief transformer to the community. Speaking to newsmen, Chairman, Heritage Estate Association Chief Mustafa Ayola, said the transformer serving these streets was under severe strain and could no longer cope with the demand of the area. While recounting the struggle to get a transformer, Ayola said the community has since 2016 written several letters to the utility firm to end their agonies of low current supply and poor energy allocation to the entire Isutu area of Egan. According to him, the first letter dated January 14, 2016, brought the problem to the notice of Ikeja Electricity and expressed dissatisfaction over the low current and poor supply. Now we move over to the foreign scene. TikTok dismisses calls for Chinese owners to divest in US. TikTok is dismissing calls for its Chinese owners to sell their stakes in the popular video sharing app, saying such a move wouldn't help protect national security. TikTok was dismissive Wednesday of the reports that the Biden administration was calling for its Chinese owners to sell their stakes in the popular video sharing app, saying such a move wouldn't help protect national security. The company was responding to a report in the Wall Street Journal that said the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S., part of the Treasury Department, was threatening a U.S. ban on the app unless its owners, Beijing-based Bio Limited, have said that if protecting national security is the objective, divestment doesn't solve the problem. A change in ownership would not impose any new restrictions on data flows or access. TikTok spokesperson Maureen Chahanan said, the best way to address concern about national security is with the transparent US-based protection of US user data and systems with robust third-party monitoring, vetting, and verification, which we are already implementing. The journal report cited anonymous people familiar with the matter. The Treasury Department and the White House National Security Council declined to comment. Late last month, the White House gave all federal agencies 30 days to wipe TikTok off all government devices. TikTok remains extremely popular and is used by two-thirds of teens in the US, but there is increasing concern that Beijing could obtain control of American user data that the app has obtained. The company has been dismissive of the ban for the federal devices and has noted that it is developing security and data privacy plans as part of the Biden administration's ongoing national security review. This is where we draw the curtain on news updates on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Anambra women protest death of septuagenarian organ harvest victim. INEC receives sensitive materials in Enugu. Imo PDP National Secretary disagree over embezzlement of campaign funds. Our plans for Delta governorship candidates. Lagos community begs Ikeja Disco over outage. TikTok dismisses calls for Chinese owners to divest in US. You just listened to news updates on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifeanyuchukwu Ekezie. Thank you for listening. Good evening. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share.
News updates on Ebona.